Alright, my name's Casey Markman. This is round one, the Loyd Memorial, and I'm racing Super Mini 1415. And you see, in a minute, we're about to get a really good start. We came out the hole amazing. We kind of tried to spin out in that corner, but we kept it together. And I didn't realize that that inside line was actually a thing. But you see, Jack took it, and he got out in front of me, and then Nolan went by me pretty easily, and they're a lot faster than I am right now, so I'm just trying to keep pace with them for as long as I can, see if I can go a little faster. But this field section was actually, we thought it was going to be a little slick. It was actually pretty dry, and it was honestly a really good field section. As we're coming into the woods right here, this little split lane right here, I think the line that me and Nolan took was actually faster, because you see we actually gained a little bit of time back on Jack, but not fast enough to get back around him. But you see here they're actually starting to pull a little time on me, and we just can't really get back into, we can't just like catch back up to them. So right now Dash and Dalton are right on my tail, revving me, trying to push me to go, and I feel like we're riding pretty good here. The dirt was actually really good. It wasn't really dusty or nothing. It was pretty good traction all the way around. Nothing too like chopped up. You see right here, we kind of didn't realize that the corner was as sharp as it was, and we kind of made a little mistake, and Dash and Dalton got around me. And right now we're just trying to basically catch up to them to try to get a battle going so we can get back into third. But yeah, it was a really dumb mistake by me. Shouldn't have let him, or shouldn't have took that line at least. See, we're slowly starting to catch back up to them after we made our little mistake, but they got a pretty good pace, so I'm just trying to keep up with them so we can, at the end of later to the race, we can try to come back around them. This downhill right here was actually really fun. If you stayed over to the right, you could kind of like jump down the hill. It was actually really fun. But this track was mainly just like a lot of field section, like not the fastest field section, but it was like just a lot of it. We were in the woods for like a decent amount, but I feel like we were in just like the field for just as long, if not more. We were in the woods. You see, we're starting to catch back up to Dalton, and I think Dash made a pass around Dalton earlier. You see, Dash has kind of left me and Dalton for a little while, but I'm pretty sure we catch back up to him. So there's like a little roller section right here, and it was pretty fun. Towards the end, you could start to kind of like double into them, but I wasn't doing that on the first lap because I didn't really see it. I actually didn't ride the track before to see what it was happening, so I was actually going into all of this blind. So I didn't realize you could double into them, and didn't even know that that section was there. And this whole little section right here down next to the creek was actually like a lot of roller sections, but you see here we're trying to put a little bit more time back up to Dalton, and we're just trying to figure out how we can get around him right now. But him and Dash have got a really good pace going right now, so we're just trying to follow him for the most part. You see we've caught back up to Dash, and I think me and Dalton have a little bit faster pace right now, so I think we catch him pretty fast. See, we're back into the woods now, and it's a little more single track, not as much field. It's a little bit off camber, but it's pretty fast, flowy stuff for the most part. And a couple little like holes and stuff that you gotta watch, but like that route there, but it's pretty fast and flowy. A lot of downhill right here. I'm trying to stand up as much as I can. See, Dash actually lets Dalton by right here. I don't really know why, but lets him by here, and then I think Dalton's gonna kind of pull away from me and Dash a little bit, but I'm gonna try to work my way back around Dash. It says mile 8, but that's the split for the morning track. I think this track was only like 7 miles, but I think the morning was like 8 or 9, so we're actually almost done with this lap here. You see Dalton, he's not really pulling away just yet, but he's definitely got a little bit faster pace than me and Dash right now. So I'm just trying to keep up with Dalton and Dash and see if I can work my way back around Dash. This section was actually kind of tricky because like a bunch of like little trees and stuff were on the ground, so it felt like you couldn't really push that hard or you were gonna like tuck the front or something because of all them sticks. But it actually wasn't too bad. All the sticks and stuff were dry, so it wasn't too bad. You can see Dalton's starting to pull away from him. You can't really see him anymore, but now we're coming to the field section right here. It was actually really fast. You kind of felt like you couldn't go as fast as you really could because you felt like you was gonna like slide out and stuff, but it was pretty fun. And then all that speed coming back into the woods made you feel like you were going through the woods twice as fast. And then Dalton actually gets stuck in the mud right here, and we go back around Dalton somehow. So right now we're running fourth with, I think, Jack's in the lead, Nolan's in second, and Dash is in third, and I'm in fourth. But I think Dalton gets out the mud pretty much right after we go around him, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to catch back up to us right now. Now that we've gotten around Dalton, because he's also faster than I am, we're just trying to pull away from Dalton and work back up to getting around Dash. So we start to gain back on Dash through like the tighter stuff. It seems like he has a little bit faster pace in the more open, faster stuff. But I feel like I run him down a little bit more and are looking for passes a lot more in the tighter, rougher stuff. But we're up close to him, but we can't really find a pass because it's really tight and it's not that many lines. But we just keep running his pace or faster to try to go up around him. See, my line choice is really not the greatest. There was actually a couple different, I feel like, better lines that I could have taken, but I was kind of just playing follow the leader. And see, coming through scoring here, the scoring was actually not that, like, it was a little technical. Like, normally they got you trying to, like, fall over and stuff and score, but it wasn't that bad. And you see right here, we got, you can't really see the timer, but they probably got, like, a minute or so on us right now. We're trying to get a little more variety with the lines. I'm trying to find a way to get around them, but we just can't make it happen right now. That was the end of the first lap, and we pretty much ran about 19 minute lap. And we try to race for like an hour, so we'll probably get four laps probably. And now we're back into the field section right here. And I think once it gets broken a little bit more, we're able to go a little faster, but this little dip right here was a little sketchy coming through after the end of this turn section. You just had to kind of stand up and brace for impact. And Dash actually goes outside, and I should have just took that inside line like I did on the first lap, and we probably would have got around him, but again, I was just playing follow the leader for some reason when we probably could have made a pass, but we're not riding too bad. We're still in front of Dalton, and Dalton's not really caught back up yet, so we must be riding pretty decent. Like right there, we probably could have went outside and been carrying a little bit more momentum to catch back up to him, but we're just playing follow the leader again for some reason. And like also right there, that outside might have been a little faster to carry more momentum. But I tried to go inside right here, but it doesn't really work out. It was actually a big old rock like halfway through the rut, and it just slows you down a pretty big amount. And coming through the spot where I messed up the first lap, we actually do the same exact mistake. And Dalton does not actually get around me, but it definitely brings him way closer to me. And yeah, we're kind of being not the most smartest human. Hopefully, it's feeling pretty stupid about myself, because we were running Dash's pace really good. I felt like we could have got around him and pulled some time on him, but we just made a dumb mistake again, and now he gapped us. And Dalton is probably right behind me at this point in time, so we're trying to go and catch back up to Dash and get away from Dalton. And probably not the best line. We probably could have went outside right there, and it probably would have been a little bit more smooth, and we probably could have carried more speed to get up this hill. But we didn't take it too bad. But like I said, last lap, this right line right here was, you could just kind of jump down the hill. It was really fast. And you see we stalled right there, but luckily we were at the top of the hill, so we kind of just like pushed it down and roll started it back up, but definitely lost us some more time right there away from Dash and closer to Dalton, so it wasn't the greatest thing. And I think I'm taking my hands off right there to get my hydro pack, because I think I'm a little pumped right now after making that mistake and losing all my momentum again and then stalling. So we're probably a little pumped right now. And we're back through the little roller section. I'm trying to stay over to the very right, because it seems like the rollers are a little bit smaller, but Dalton is just on a different level and just starts doubling every single roller, and he gets a quick pass around me, and seems like we've slowed our pace down a little bit compared to Dash and Dalton. We're not really making no time on Dash, and Dalton just flies past me like I'm sitting still. So we're gonna try and keep up with Dalton and try to get back around him and come back around Dash eventually, hopefully. For this section, I feel like Dalton was a lot faster in than I was. It just seemed like he was carrying more momentum and flow through corners than I was, and he seemed like he had that roller section down way better than me. You see, Dalton starts to pull away from us in this tighter section right here. And I think he's just got his adrenaline going after he crashed. He's like, I gotta catch up to everybody, and he succeeds. Definitely does really good in doing that. See, coming back into the sort of fuel section before we go up this hill, I get to go carry too much speed and swing in a little wide, which definitely slows us down a little bit, but kind of by ourselves for a little while here, and I think we were grabbing a hydro pack right there. That's why I was in the way for a little bit, but not really battling anymore. We have a gap to 6th pretty good, and Dalton and Dash have gapped me pretty bad by this point, and the chances of catching up are pretty slightly, but you never know. The lap traffic could be bad. Like, some of the traffic gets pretty bad, and we got to figure out how to get around them. And well, unless they get held up or Dalton crashes again or gets stuck in the hole, like, our chances are catching up pretty slightly, and I don't think we catch back up to them. And so, but yeah, we pretty much stayed right here the rest of the race, and nothing really happens. I don't crash, I don't do anything, I don't catch back up. We just kind of stay here. We finished P5 for round 1 of the Virginia Championship Hare Scramble Series. Track was good. We gotta do another race tomorrow on Sunday.